has a couple kids, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the 4-year-old is a fucking bully. Thank you for laughing. I'm trying to be brave and tell my survival story. But no, I do have a question for you guys. Can I hit a child in self-defense? I can?
Hell
Yeah, so I swept this 4-year-old. No, I didn't do that. I'm not that much of a monster. What I did do was I took her favorite toy and just chucked it on top of the fridge. And when she started throwing a fit, yelling, "Get it down now!" I can't. You're fucked. There's something very empowering about telling a 4-year-old that they're fucked. Oh man. So I live in Bremerton, and I actually work at a pawn shop in Bremerton. And I learned that my clientele are the reason we all had word problems in math growing up. Because let's say Johnny gets laid off from the shipyard, comes to my shop with a trunk full of useless shit. I give him $20. How much crack is he gonna try to buy? If you've ever been to Bremerton, you know the answer is all of it. No, it is a fun job. I get some weird people coming into the shop though. Sorry, I got feedback. No, I get some weird people coming into the shop though. Like I had this dude completely strung out, shoves a ring in my face and just goes, "Huh." I'm like, what? Huh. I'm like, all right, let me go talk to my boss. So I grabbed the ring. I didn't talk to my boss. What I did was I hooked up to our Bluetooth speaker and put on Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. And he passed out in line. I had one question, or one customer asked me a question that really pissed me off though. I'm sitting there writing the loan, and she goes, "Yeah, can I ask you a question?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead," thinking it pertained to the loan. She goes, "Do midgets live as long as normal people?" I don't know. You know who else doesn't know? Fucking Google.
Ask Siri.
I'm gonna try that actually. But no, I went to the back. How long do midgets live? No answer. So now I gotta wonder, fuck, do we age like dogs or something? Like, how many midget years in a year? No, I get asked some stupid questions by you tall people, or as I like to call you, biggers. Oh, I'm sorry, is that your word? Big up. But no, you guys just ask me the dumbest shit, you really do. But as a public service, I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of these questions for you. You guys ready for that?
Sure.
Yeah, of course, because you're all wondering the same fucking thing. Question number 1, Brock, do you watch any of those shows on TV? Fuck no, I own a mirror. Yeah, Little People, Big World. Should be called Little People, Big Waste of fucking time. Question number 2, Brock, do you drive? Are you physically capable of driving? And to be honest, no, I don't drive. Not that I'm not physically able to, but because I got a DUI. So I'm not allowed. And another common question I get asked all the time is, Brock, who do you date? Do you date tall women or do you date short women? Which that answer is easy, tall women. Who'd fuck a midget? Like, would you? Longer you wait to answer, the more awkward this gets. No, you don't exist in this joke. Yes or no, true or false?
No.
No? Okay. I know. What?
I said, why not?
Because I was 18, so that's all I had.
Okay. I know I'm not talking to after the show. Oh man, I get asked some off the wall questions too though. Like I was hanging out with my buddy at the bar, and this drunk chick, completely sloshed, goes, "Do you have to stand on a stool to get head?" She found out. That same night though, this one dude, total frat guy, hanging with his bros, comes up to me, trying to be funny, goes, "Hey man, you're the right height. Do you suck dick? Do you have a stool?" "Oh, you do? Then fucking blow me." And you guys just don't know how to interact with me in public either. You really don't. Like, first off, I was at a gas station one time, and this dude came up to me, he's like, "Whoa, how'd you get so short?" Like I fucking chose this. Just didn't eat my vegetables when I was younger. But no, I was doing a show at Tacoma Comedy Club, and after my set, I went outside and hang out with some friends and have a cigarette. And this lady came up to me to talk to me, but she started kneeling down. See how awkward it got when I did that? Multiply that by 10. And to be honest, I don't remember what she said, but she might have well have been like, "Hey, big guy, did you go on stage today? Did you write your own jokes?" "Yeah, bitch, I use crayon." I do gotta address one thing though. Whenever you guys open and hold the door for me, why the fuck do you stand there like this, expecting me to walk under your arm? In the wise words of Ludacris, "Move, bitch, get out the way." Oh man. So fun fact about me, I actually grew up in Tacoma, and I grew up doing martial arts. Wow, nobody believes me. That's cool. And my father is an old school Sicilian from New York, put me in martial arts when I was 4. And I used to think he wanted to make sure that I could take care of myself as I got older. But then I realized, wow, he was just saving himself the jail time and having somebody else beat me for a change. Apparently I hit home. Not hit at home, just I hit home. But no, let's be honest. I'm glad that he put me in there, because who here would actually back me up in a fight? Fucking liars. You guys would just pull out your cell phones, hit record, and put that shit on YouTube. But no, and I did stick with it. I actually got my black belt when I was 13. Wow, again, thank you for believing me. Thank you. And it has its downsides, because like I am way too cocky for who I am. I was doing a show at Tacoma Comedy Club, and I left my phone on my table when I went up on stage. And when I got back to my booth, my phone was gone. So I was like, oh shit, okay. So I go talk to my buddy working security. And I was like, hey man, I left my phone on the table, somebody turned it in. And he goes, no, but while you were on stage, somebody sat down there and I had to kick him out because he was being rowdy and annoying. So I'm like, great, I know where my phone is. So I step outside, sure enough, he's still there. And I'm being very polite. I'm just like, hey man, you were sitting in my booth while I was on stage. did you happen to turn in the phone? I left my phone there. And he goes, man, I didn't steal your fucking phone. Well, that's not what I asked. So I don't believe you. And then he goes, what, because I'm black, you think I stole it? No. Now, a normal person would try to diffuse the situation, right? And try to smooth things over. Not me. I go, I didn't accuse you of shit, bitch, let's go. And thank God my friend was there. My friend, who happens to be gay, stepped in to stop the fight. And I bring up the fact that he's gay because this means a gay man stopped the fight between a black guy and a midget. Easiest joke I've ever written. But no, so like I said, my father is an old school Sicilian from New York. And it's weird being raised by Sicilians because we get taught stuff at a younger age that most kids don't. Like most kids, they learn how to tie their shoes and ride a bike. And I learned how to collect a debt, hide a body. But no, and this is a true story. My father started me on gun safety when I was 2. He used to sit me down on the bed. I would watch him clean his guns, and he would say, okay, Brock, don't touch. This is dangerous. It's not a toy. And then as I get older, I think I was about 4 this time, same thing. Sitting on his bed, watching him clean his gun. This time he has 2 pistols. And he goes, all right, Brock, this is a 45, this is a 22. Most people think that the 45 is deadlier because it's a higher caliber. But it's all about placement. I'm 4. I don't care. I just want to know who the bad guy in Scooby-Doo is at this point. And my grandfather was the same too. He was actually fresh off the boat. And I remember one time I was watching cartoons, and he comes down to me and he's like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but you're fucking short. No idea until you fucking brought it up. And this is a true story. This is some of the best piece of advice I've actually received. He goes, people are going to try to push you around and bully you and use you as a doormat, but you don't take it. You're a Terrano. If somebody tries to push you around or intimidate you, use their nutsack as a speed bag. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Fast forward, I'm in college. This will make sense in a bit. First off, are there any police officers in the crowd? Good, okay, I can continue with this.
FBI.
Oh shit. But I'm at my very first kegger. I'm having fun, I'm drinking, I start talking to this girl. Things are going great. We move to the bedroom, and when we're done, like a gentleman, I leave to get her some water, which is the kind neighborly thing to do. And then I see the host, who's this big old Samoan guy, just beelining it towards me. And I'm like, wow, he looks grumpy. And then I woke up in the hospital with a bandage wrapped around my head. Turns out that was his girlfriend. Yeah. And his reaction was to pick me up, hold my head in the ceiling fan, and then throw me across the room into a china cabinet. But I'm like, oh, I can't go down like this. Like, I remember what my grandfather said. I can't start fights, but I can finish them. So I boosted his car and took it to a chop shop. Like the good Sicilian I am. Yeah, I nicknamed my grandfather Vinny Miyagi. Oh man. Let's see here. Oh, so I do have a question for the ladies in the audience. Is it true that all you women want is a movie style romance? Like, is that really a thing?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
I didn't think so. I think it's overrated. I had a movie style romance. The movie was Forrest Gump.
Maybe conceited women would want that,
Okay.
but any other woman who actually has a true heart and is true
Yeah.
to their man,
Yeah.
no, we don't want that. We
Yeah.
just want whatever works in life.
Okay. You just described my ex, the conceited part. But no, I compared it to Forrest Gump because I was a retard and she was a whore. Yeah, her personality was like a box of chocolates.
Never know which one you're gonna get.
No, disappointing and empty inside. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. She did have this cute little thing she would do though. Like whenever she was mad at me, she wouldn't tell me. She just put a baby gate in the bedroom doorway. Took me a second. Then she would just leave me in there for hours. Yeah, a little too passive aggressive for my taste. But it did make me understand the hatred towards Trump's wall. I didn't say I supported it or didn't disagreed with it. But no, so I am single now, and I've come to realize that dating is a lot like buying a car. Like, you go out, you find that body style you really like, and you know it's got some damage from the previous owner. Maybe they got drunk and banged it up a bit. It gets a lot worse than this, guys. Like, no. But once you get in and rev that engine, it is worth it. And so a few months go by, maybe a year, and you start to notice things, little things. Like maybe the car alarm goes off while you're eating dinner with your family. So you're like, oh man, I love this car. I don't want to give up on it. So you take it to a mechanic. And the mechanic looks at it and says, it's your fault. This is going great. Oh man. But you end up chalking it up to faulty wiring. You either don't get the analogy or hate the analogy. I can't decide which. Oh man. No, I did. I think what I need is I need a sugar baby. I think I've decided. But one with like that's really low maintenance. I gotta show up to her. Vegas? Is that what you said? I'm going there in October. But no, like I show up to our studio apartment with a box of top ramen. I'm like, baby, this is for you. I'm a provider. By the way, here's a preloaded Orca card. Oh man. So, like I said, I did get a DUI. And we're all here having fun. Do me a favor. Don't drink and drive. I'm not worried about your safety because statistically speaking, you're not all good people. But I care about your finances because I'm a good person. And here's what happened. I'm coming back from the bar. I'm feeling great. I got the windows rolled down. Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf is playing. And I see the lights. And I'm like, oh no. So I pull over. And I'm like, all right, if I can make the cop laugh, that'll smooth things over and I'll be okay. So the cop comes up to my window and goes, excuse me, do you know why I pulled you over? This is my arrest report. I looked at the cop and I said, yeah. Did you think I was a child driving? Thank you for laughing. He did not laugh. He told me to step out of the vehicle. And I did. I get out of my car, go to the sidewalk. He grabs his breathalyzer, sticks it in my face, blow. Which, wow, ladies, I am so sorry. I understand now. I mean, the least he could have done was buy me that drink that got me arrested. That being said, I am under arrest for DUI, which stands for driving under the ignition. I hate that joke so much.
Why'd you say it?
Because I put it on a shirt, so I keep having to say it.
I'll buy one.
Thank you. Okay. And I had the luck of being arrested by the one cop in Gig Harbor that drives an SUV.
Oh no,
Yeah, you see where this is going.
it's lifted.
Yeah, so for me to get into an SUV, I have to physically reach up and climb in. You can't do that when your hands are handcuffed behind you.
Oh no, did he pick you up?
He picked me up,
Oh,
put me in the car, and buckled me in like a goddamn toddler.
oh no.
And then he took me to timeout for a week. Thank you. True fucking story. Here's another true story. It's also the reason I hate midgets. Have you guys ever met one? Other than me, I don't count in this joke.
No, I've never met one a day in my life.
I never had, like, growing up, I never met one until I was 18. Then I started seeing these little bastards everywhere. And every time I meet one, they try to act like my best friend, number one. And I'm like, there's no kinship here. Like, what are you doing? But they also try to invite me to a meeting. There's an organization called the LPA, which stands for Little People of America. I think it's a pyramid scheme for midgets. Because like I said, every time I run into one, they try to invite me to a meeting. So I end up billing. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. The second I walked in, it was, fun fact, they had the meeting at the Seattle Children's Science Museum. Took forever to find them. But the second I walk into this meeting, I see a banner hanging up, and it says, "Little people are people too." First off, I want to know who hung up the sign. Secondly,
I'm slow.
yes, Secondly, they say little people because apparently midget's bad. I didn't know this. Did you guys know this?
Yeah.
You did? And you guys just kept letting me say it? No, I didn't know it was bad until I said it and a pack of them surrounded me.
Mama bear.
Yeah. And they say, or they claim that the M word, as they call it, is as bad as the N word. Fucking how?
Black Lives Matter?
Well, and like the thing is, we were never slaves. We can't reach a fucking thing, number one. But then I started thinking about it, and it kind of makes sense. Because if you listen to any rap song and replace the N word with the word midget, it still flows. My favorite example of this is Chris Brown released a song years ago, and Lil Wayne has a verse, and he starts his verse off, if you replace the N word with the word midget, it goes, "Man, fuck these bitch ass midgets." Pretty much sums up my opinion of them. Thank you. Oh man. So I think I'm gonna wrap up with this. You guys are amazing, by the way. Thank you. And so has anybody in here ever met a celebrity that they were a fan of? You? Who'd you meet? Not that big of a fan.
I met her on Paradise Cove in Malibu. Abba.
Okay. Was he cool?
Yeah.
He was?
Very nice.
Nice.
I know
Okay.
a
Jessica
celebrity,
Alba.
does that count?
Who do you know?
Misha Tate?
No shit, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm actually a big
I
fan of
grew-
hers.
I grew up with her.
That's awesome.
Both our parents went to school together. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to you about that later because I'm a big fan of hers, actually.
Oh, okay.
But I got to meet somebody I used to be a fan of. You guys all know who Val Kilmer is, right? Yeah. Val Kilmer is a douchebag. No, I learned this because I was working at, I don't know if I can legally say the venue name since I was kind of hired at the time, but it is a comedy club in Tacoma. Like those little slow burns. But no, so he actually came to the club to show the play that he made. He wrote, directed, and starred in. And I was really excited. So, like, he's in a lot of my favorite movies. He was in Tombstone. He was Batman. I get to meet Batman. There's another movie he was in called Willow. Willow. You guys familiar with Willow? Yeah. What's a famous line in that movie that Warwick Davis says to Val Kilmer? No, Val Kilmer says that to Warwick Davis. No, Warwick Davis in one scene goes, "Mad Mannequin!" So I'm like, oh, I'm going to make Val Kilmer laugh because when I see him, I'm going to go, "Mad Mannequin!" And it'll be great. So I get to work and I'm excited to do this. And I see him at the bar. And because I'm like, oh, this is my chance. So I go up there, I stand there and wait. Finally, he looks over, looks at me. I look at him, and I go, "Mad Mannequin!" And wait again. He didn't laugh either. He shook his head and walked away. Oh, it gets worse. He waited until after I clocked out and left to take a group photo with the staff. So like I said, he's a douchebag. But, yeah, so Zach, you know what? Good point. I'm going to do something, try to bring everybody together tonight. On the count of 3, we are going to yell, "Fuck Val Kilmer." You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck Val Kilmer.
All right, my name is Brock Terrano. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brock. True story. Brock asked me one time if he could crash at my house after a comedy show, and he called, "Can I crash on your couch?" And I'm like, "This is awkward. I don't have a couch. I just have a love seat." But it worked. It was like perfect. And I am not I'm not the gay, just so that he has more gay friends than just me. I'm not the gay that broke up the fight with the black guy. Thank you. I just want to clear that up. I was the gay with my cell phone out, trying to see what's going to happen. So, all right. So we've got another awesome comedian. You guys having a fun night so far? Excellent. This is such a fun venue. Don't forget to keep getting beer. Tip Rachel, get some beer, have a good time, keep drinking, enjoy the show. Don't forget, if you comment too much, the comedians might make you part of the show and you might not like it. So remember, they're up here to tell the jokes and not you. But anyway, we have an awesome comedian coming up for you. He's been doing comedy for a long time. His set will not be as short as Brock's, just to give you a warning. That was supposed to be funny. Fell flat. Anyway. Sorry, there's just so much material. I love Brock, he's a good guy, but we give each other shit all the time. So, anyway, get some energy going, put your hands together. We've got Justin Hayes coming up, everybody.